Now we're going to make our buttons and hook those up to our scripts to get our players spawned, and also to disable the button canvas once we've pressed it. So let's switch over to the game view so that we can see what we're working with here. We're going to right click on player select, go down to UI and select button. And we're going to see a button appear right in the middle of our screen. We're going to go ahead and rename this button to one player, just like that. And then expand this object in our hierarchy, select text, and then type one player, just like that. And then what we want to do is select one player and duplicate it by tapping controller command, or holding controller command and tapping D. We're going to rename the second one to two player, and then do it one more time and rename it to three player. And then we're going to go into each of these texts and swap the one with the two and the one with the three. So now we've got our three players there. We're then going to select player one and set its pos Y to 50, and select player three and set its pos Y to -50. So now we've got our three buttons set up here. Now we're going to add the actual mechanics of the button to actually select how many players and disable the buttons after we've pressed them. So we're going to hit the plus button twice with all three of our players selected. In the top none object field here in the on-click event, we're going to add our game manager. We're going to go to game manager and select spawn players. And then in the lower one, we're going to drag in player select, the game object. Then we're going to select game object and go to set active and leave this box unchecked. Now we're going to go to each player individually and set how many players we want to spawn. So for one player, we want to spawn one player. For two player, we want to spawn two. And for three player, we want to spawn three. Once we've got that set up, go ahead and save. Oh, actually, before we save our scene, we can save our scene now. We need to actually go into the game manager script. So you can select the game manager and double click on the grayed out game manager field here. And we want to find this spawn players method here in start. And we actually want to just delete this. Now we won't have three players spawned automatically when we start our game. Instead, our player select canvas is going to handle that for us. So once we've got that deleted and saved that script, we can go ahead and move on to the next step.